So, Shalom. Breakfast on the boys coming at you another live game. Before we get started, let's call praises, glory, and honors too. Yeah,
Shem Yahushua, Shimmer Kakadah.
up honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. The taught us the truth and rule well, and peace, blessings, and salutations be to the hopeful elect. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
And we just gonna get into, we're gonna start the camp off through the spirit. All right, because as we can see, something we like to reflect on at camp, things that have been happening, all right, throughout the week, and we can see the infrastructure is already set, right, for the MOTB, but now the plays are being set for this thing to ultimately come to fruition, all right, to be fulfilled, man, you know. So it ain't gonna be, much more longer, all right, that we're gonna tarry here in Babylon the Great, all right, because we know once this thing is fully implemented, right, when this system goes online, this digital system, all right, that our salvation is nigh and nigh, all right, closer and closer, you know. And during this week, you had Trump over there to China, right, with all of his big execs, right, these big tech guys, Elon Musk's, all the gurus, man, the crypto guys, and so on and so forth. Okay. And as this is happening, you actually have the King of Britain, right? So-called King of Britain. What they call him? What's his name?
Charles. Is it Charles?
Yeah, King Charles, right? So-called, you know, telling the people to get ready for the enforcement of the digital IDs, man. Well, all of these things are happening for a reason, you know. And we've been telling you week in, week out, prophesying for years, man. Telling you that all of this is being done to implement what? The MOTB, all right, which is the RID micro CHIP, man. All right. Something that's the size of a grain of rice, all right, that they're going to put into the skin, okay, in order for them to what? Fulfill their NW0, you see? But let's start off with that article, bro.
Con.
Yeah, just start. Thank you.
This is an article from Politico. Right. It says there will come a time in the not so distant future when you decide to stick a computer chip in your brain. At least, it says there will come a time in the not so distant future when you decide to stick a computer chip in your brain. At least that's what D. Scott Phoenix told the audience at TED in 2026 in Vancouver last month.
And this guy, all right, he's not wrong. All right. There's going to come a time where you're going to make a conscious decision on taking the MOTB or not. All right. Whether you get the brain one, or whether you get the one that goes into your hand. You see? A lot of you people out there are going to be starving, right? A lot of you people are going to be cut off from the society, okay? And a lot of you are going to be just totally fucked up, right? When they come at you, well, here's the solution, When they come at you with the solution, all right, out of the chaos that they have created for you, When you want to eat, here's how you can eat, right? You want to live, here's how you can live. You see? Through what? Through the installation, all right, of the MOTB, all right, the charagma, man. You see? Go ahead, bro.
Con. It says someone you work with will get it first, and you hold out for a while, the way you did with the smartphone, but eventually you won't.
Right.
Said Phoenix.
You had, back then before the cell phone was popular, people was like, oh, I just use the house phone, But once it started becoming trendy, what happened? Everybody got a goddamn cell phone, man. So let alone what happened in 2020, right? When you couldn't go to the gym, when you couldn't go to the restaurants, couldn't go to the hotels, all right, and they started threatening your jobs, what you started doing? Bowing to the image, man. You know, started getting down with the system. You see, and as that was a prelude to what's going to happen with the MOTB, how much more when you can't eat, right? When your social credit score is too low, you know, these are the things that's coming, all right, and it's very nigh, okay. These people not going over here having all of these meetings, right? Why do you think Trump is meeting with China? You see, what did Cotton Swab, all right, if you catch my drift, you know, what did he say about China a year or two back? That they're the model for the world we want to create. And what's going on in China? They have a total rollout of the social credit system, man. You see, when you do something wrong, you get a deduction, right? You get a deduction. The people that's hanging around you, they get a deduction for being around you. Now you can't do certain things. Now you have a limit, all right, on what you can buy from the store. You see? But everybody think it's a game, though. They think we just come out here to take that these things are going to happen in America, all right, and you know, all for shits and giggles, you know. But no, this is serious, man. You know, because there's two judgments when you deal with this thing. All right, you bow to Esau and say, all right, basically, I pledge myself to Esau. You know, if you take, you know, I become the slave of the so-called white man, right? And then if you take it, Yahushua, he gonna get up close and personal. You see? So that's a what you call that? A two-time loser, man. It's a lose-lose situation, you know. But they have more than that. Yeah.
It says, but eventually you won't, said Phoenix, dressed in all black with a tiny mic attached to his ear. The advantages of integration will be hard to compete with.
Yeah. And that's why you have now everything is becoming what? Biometric, right? You know, at my job, I clock in, you know, I punch in, but to verify that it's me, I gotta put my fingerprint on it. You know? Why do you think that is? Or you may have to scan your face, you know, scan your retina, you know? Why do you think this is? Because they want to verify that you're you. But ultimately, these things are going to lead to what? You're going to become the verification. All right. You are going to become the smartphone, man. You know, brother can got more of that, right? Give me that fourth industrial you know, give me that definition or whatever, you know, because we are witnessing the merging, all right, of man with beast, with technology, man. You know? You getting it? Yeah. Go ahead.
Time. It says that the advantages of integration will be hard to compete with. Put bluntly, in his view, we're on the cusp of the next major transition, the merger of humans and AI.
The merging of what?
Humans and AI.
Right. And AI is playing a big role, all right, in super speeding this thing up, man. You know? Why? Because it's playing a big part in cutting jobs, right? So that's spearheading the what? The UBI, man. All right. People ain't gonna have no work, so we gonna have to give them what? Money. You see? But in order to receive this money, you have to do something for me, right? And we understand what that is, man. You know, and a lot of you Jakes, you know, you 2/3 in America, all right, you other heathen, you're gonna fall for the trick, man. You know, because what? You just live in a moment. You don't live under the chastisement of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? So how are you gonna endure these tough times when you ain't never been through shit, man?
I don't see.
You know, and you damn sure ain't got no faith, you know. But you got to have more.
Yeah, I can go ahead. It says this perspective, as outlandish as it may sound, is commonly held in Silicon Valley. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman mused way back in 2017 that a merge is probably our best case scenario for survival after the emergence of superhuman AI tech. Salakia. After the emergence of superhuman AI, tech billionaire Peter Thiel is a vocal advocate of transhumanism.
See?
Yeah, I ain't read
That's
that down.
Uh,
I gotta refill that. See.
all right. Give me Revelation real quick.
Fine.
But there go that transhumanism too.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. We're going to start at 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right. And what's the image of the beast? Right. This whole system that they're pushing, man. All right. Now you can understand they get it from, Rome, right? Which is why they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, and the whole democracy, right? The school system, voting, how everything is pushed here in this society. All right. It's all modeled after what? Rome, man. All right. But it said what?
It had
That
Did
the
it-
image.
that the image would speak, both speak and cause as many not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right. So if you don't get down with the ways of this society, you're gonna get killed, man. If you're not down with the MOTB, right, it's gonna give me Revelation 19 real quick. When they said the souls of them that were ready for the testimony, it might be 20, it's 20 or 4, for the testimony of Yahushua, man. All right. That will not do what? Worship the beast, his image or his mark. You see? Bring it out.
This is Revelation 20 and verse 4. And it says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat on them upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua
Mm-hmm.
and for the word of God, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads.
Right. Now read verse 15 again.
Kind. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right. So this telling you that those that won't get down with the system may have to face that. Right. Now, we understand that according to First Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, all right, that if we die in this truth, right, we die on this side fighting for the Lord, okay, that we'll be what? Caught up in the air. All right, we'll be caught up in the chariots. All right, and we're gonna meet the rest of the Akim, all right, that's gonna be slated for salvation. All right, that's destined for salvation, right? But keep going in that revelation.
This Revelation 13 and 16.
That word cause it.
And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right. And this covers all the angles, man. All right. It says he caused it all. Right. And we're going to see what this word cause it. Okay. To show you that this thing is going to be made mandatory, man. All right. And it ain't going to be no way around it. Oh, I'm going to just live off the grid. You don't think this devil done mapped that out already? You see? You want to say something?
Yeah. He already done poisoned the river, poisoned the land. The animals are messed up, got all type of crazy diseases and cancer. Or it's like the C word. So even if you want to say, hey, I live off the land, there's nothing to live off of it.
Exactly. Hey, man, this devil done tampered with all the animals. He done even modified the damn bugs, man. What in the hell did they get 65 different types of mosquitoes, man? When did that come about? You got this devil
crazy.
kill Bates out here just releasing shit. Oh, what is it, like 1,000 mosquitoes every day or something? But Jake think they just gonna go off the grid and it's gonna be all good. You just gonna survive like that, right? Give me that word, cause it out.
Yeah, that's the word cause it. In the blue letter, the outline of biblical usage, it says to make.
No, but that it gives you a freedom of choice, right?
To make.
You see? Go ahead, they got a little more in there.
With the names of things made to produce, construct, form, fashion, to be the authors of, the cause, to make ready, to prepare.
It should say like to make someone do. Should be in there. Make one do something, right? Which basically mean the force, man.
Yeah,
You
I see.
know? You see?
To make one do something,
Uh-huh.
cause one to.
Yeah. And that's what's gonna happen. All right, with it when this MOTB, right? When this grain of rice is implemented, all right, he's gonna make you get it. And a lot of you are gonna, hey man, a lot of y'all gonna go sprint and go get it, man. You know, when they start giving out the base point for it, you know, of course they're gonna introduce it as real sweet. You know, this is with the new thing we're rolling out. You know, you can get 1,000 UBI points, you know, however they do the system, man. You know, the digital, however the money is digital, right? We're gonna start off with a brand new bank account. Debt reset programs. You take the C-HIP, we're gonna wipe all your debt away, you know, all your debt. People is 500 millions of dollars in debt, man. You know, but they're gonna introduce this thing as what? Real sweet, you see? But then as we saw with we're gonna say with that 2020. Niggas was giving out free donuts, man. $100 at the strip club. Free pieces and shit. And then all of a sudden the language changed, you know? Niggas started saying, hey man, Jake asked me at the job, hey, you think I can get a religious exemption?
Mhm.
You know? The mood changed real quick. I know people that say, man, I'm gonna just go get it. Cause I don't know if they're gonna let us work, you know, without it.
I got a word for you.
You know, go ahead.
It's like this is basically, you know, what they did during the time in 2020. This is the word coerced. It says means being forced or manipulated into doing something against your will through threats, intimidation, or intense pressure.
Yeah. Wanna say something, mommy?
Yeah, so like you were saying, at first they came with all the, you know, the so-called treats, the good things and stuff like that. They get you all, you know, into it and say, hey, you know, this isn't as bad. I'll take it or whatever. Free donuts, free beer, free pizza, free whatever. But then they said, hey, look, if you want to keep your job, you're gonna have to go ahead and take this. And that's that intimidating factor. It's like, well, I don't want to lose my job, so I'm, you know, what can I do?
Right.
You know.
All right.
So they were coercing the people in order to say it's gonna be the same thing, but worse.
Mhm.
You know.
It's Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast come up out the earth, and they had two horns like a lamb, and it spake as a dragon. That backing you up how at first it was all good, they give you all kind of gifts. Then it just got down to the dragon part, like, look, you either gonna take this or you ain't gonna be part of our society.
Yeah.
And that's what about to happen. It ain't gonna be no, well, you ain't gonna be part of society. We just gonna kill you.
Mhm.
That's why I said that it's caused that many would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Oh, and if you do some research on that word killed, it means literally, but it also goes into being totally cut off from the society, man. You know? So you're gonna have people that physically get killed, and you're gonna have people that just physically totally get cut off from the society. All right? X'd out, man. See? But that was it what you had?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
it. Right, that
right? Go
word.
ahead.
Con, this is
The revolution.
Sirach 27 and 1. It says, many have sinned for a small matter.
A small matter, you know. Jake couldn't get chicken wings at the store, so they went and got the JAB, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's a small matter. You could have went to Walmart, bought you some wings, you know, and made them at the house. But you couldn't go to this particular restaurant, so you went and got the JAB. See, that's a very small matter.
Hey, Jake one got it to go outside.
Yeah,
Go outside.
man. Cause we was tired of being in the house. Hey man, I was loving being at home, man. Shit, you know. Yeah, me too. They got to a point when they were giving out that money. I said, man, fuck that. You know? Well, go ahead, bro.
And he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stone, so doth sin stick close between buying and selling. Yep. Yeah, so these people gonna do anything to be included, all right, to be able to live their normal lives, right? Jobs gonna be threatened, of course. That's the primary source of money, and people need money.
Mhm.
All right, so people gonna easily go turn to getting it because they go, you gotta take care of bills, children. It's all these things. It's a way of coercion, like that brother brought out, being coerced,
Yeah.
manipulated into doing something that you really don't want to do, but you have no other choice. So people gonna sin for that small matter in that day, but you got it.
That's
Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man may buy or sell, say he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
right. It says, and then no man might buy or sell, right? So it ain't gonna be no, yeah, man. So in order for you to go to work, you're gonna have to take the MOTB, man. You know, in order for you to go get groceries out that store, you're gonna have to take the MOTB. You see, it said no man. It didn't say make an exception, right? That's why I said in that word cause it to make one do something. You see, to make, all right. And a lot of you gonna think about it, you're gonna contemplate it, you're gonna say, man, I know it's an MOTB. Damn, bro. I gotta feed my children, right? Damn, bro. You know, a lot of y'all just gonna be saying, damn, I gotta go get it. Because you're not prepared to be cut off from the society, man. You see? Give me that one where it said they love not their lives into the death. You know?
Let me get verse 3.
Okay, go ahead.
Kind of going to what you just said. Sirach 27 and 3. It says, unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Yeah, man. If you're not holding yourself diligently, right, in the fear of the Lord, like, man, I take that. Hey, man, the Lord gonna fucking kill you, man.
Mhm.
You know? You go take the chip. It's no hope for you. No? Give me that. You finish that 17?
No.
Revelation 13, 17? Give me Revelation. Next verse and 9. 14 and 9. Right?
It's Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his hand or in his forehead,
Right. So if you take the C hip, right? If you just say, man, look, this is what I gotta do, this is the judgment that's written for it, man. All right. And that's why we out here to warn you of these things that can happen. That's why you need to be firmly rooted in the faith of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. You know, if you're not building up your faith to endure these tough times, these trying times that's coming, you know, hey man, you're gonna get cooked. Literally cooked. Go ahead.
verse 10, the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of God,
Mm-hmm.
which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Into the cup of his righteous anger, man. All right. When you go into that, go deeper, dive deeper into this word indignation, right? It means something about foaming at the mouth with anger, man. You know? And the Lord is, hey man, hey, when you tell you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 18th chapter, that the Lord gonna leap off the throne like a fierce man of war, right? You think he not gonna be pissed off with you Israelites that's gonna worship the image of the beast, man? Who gonna say yes? That was it.
No,
Go ahead, bro.
and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. You're gonna be tormented with that fire. So if the Lord don't get you, you're gonna think of yourself to be in a good case. I'm good now. Shit, I can eat. You know, I'm in a 15-minute city. I got a good social credit score. You see? No, man, you're gonna get hit with a missile. You see? Tormented with fire and brimstone as the Lord rained down on Sodom and Gomorrah. That's gonna be you. All right. Especially you here in America. You know? But go ahead, brother.
I'll start one verse up on that Revelation 12 and verse 10. And it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of thy brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death.
Oh, I caught for that one, all right? Yeah. Oh, so like it. Read that again, bro. So like it.
No, you good. It says, verse 11, it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
By the blood of Yahushua, right? Because these men, hey man, Lord willing, we those men, we destined for this, man. Right? We don't care about our lives. We don't care about the daily things we got going on. You know, what we care about is this truth, this ministry, man, the brotherhood, man. You know, we don't care about the things we got going on in the world. We're not, hey man, that's a what they call that, an alter ego, man. You know, this is really who we truly are. You see?
Go ahead. Yeah, he like Peter back when everybody was leaving your house shop because the things he was saying. He asked, "Hey Peter, you gonna leave me too?" Where we gonna go? You got the truth.
Right.
So we ain't going nowhere. That's why we don't love our life to death, because we know long as we got Yahushua and Yahweh, hey, we good either way.
That's it. Either way, man, good. You know, but finish it out, bro.
And it says, and by the word of their testimony, and they love not their lives unto the death.
Right, man. We love not our lives, whether we get put to death or not. It don't matter. It don't phase us. You see, because we know what's promised to us. Lord willing, we endure to the end. You know, so that's why you have a select. Give me that in the Romans, right? I reserved the 7,000 in Romans 11. I believe that's not gonna bow to the image of Baal. You know, you had a precept too, right? Oh, that was it. You had it. You got more?
I got another different precept.
Okay, let me get this real quick. It's Romans. See real quick. You bring out your precept while you find it real fast.
This is Philippians 1 and verse 20. It says, according to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always, so now also Hamashiach shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death. Yeah, so yeah, man. Just like the brothers are going into talking about what, man, the hopeful elect, you know, not loving their lives unto death, man. So we to follow the Lamb whether he go, wherever he so goes, man. We hope to be covered by the blood of Yahweh Shem Shai. Push the word with all great boldness and sincerity, man. You know, until the end.
Shut up. All right, go ahead.
Come, this is Romans 11, starting at verse 3. Lord, they had killed thy prophets and dig deep down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. Verse 4. But what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right. 7,000 men, which represents what? A complete number of men, man. Right? So the Lord has set up a complete number of men that's not going to worship the image of the beast, right? That's not going to take the charagma, all right? And that's not going to bow to Baal, which Baal is what? An idol, man. A deity. You see? One of their chief deities, man. You know? Something that they worship daily. Okay? But these men are not going to bow to that image, man. You know? We're not going to get down with the system. You see? And we're going to lean on the Lord for faith. We're going to lean on the Lord. We're going to lean on the Lord, all right, to get us through. You see? We're going to trust in the Lord, right? Because we understand that this prophecy has to be fulfilled. You know? Keep going.
Verse 5. Even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to election of grace.
Right. And so this is the remnant. That's according to what? The election of grace. You see? The elect, man. All right. The ones who the Lord have chosen to have mercy on. All right. And bestowed his grace upon, that we may receive salvation in the end. You know? And that's why brothers always say, you know, Lord willing, we endure, man. You know? because it's not gonna be an easy thing. It's not gonna be an easy task, you know. But that was it. Let me see. Go ahead, bro. That was it.
Revelation 17:6 says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints
Mhm.
and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua.
That's backing up that Revelation 20. Those that were beheaded for the testimony of Yahushua, right? Go ahead.
And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. But I got that word martyrs too in there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the word martyrs in that Revelation 17:6. It says, I'm gonna just skip to the point. Outline the biblical usage, letter I at the bottom. It says, those who after his example have proved the strength and genuineness of their faith in Hamashiach by undergoing a violent death. That's what those martyrs is.
Yeah.
Those that didn't bow the knee. Some of them gonna be put to death.
Got it. Yeah, just like you had some of the apostles, well, all of the apostles were put to death, man. Brutally, you know. But the only one that was left was John. And he was exiled to what? The Isle of Patmos. Also, he can do what? The Lord had the vision, all right, the plan for him to do what? Write the books of Revelation, man. Right? The revealings of the end times, you know, the mysteries that needed to be revealed, you know. But when you go back into the history of all the prophets, man, go back into the Old Testament, the Jeremiahs, the Isaiahs, you know, the apostles, they all suffered brutal deaths, man. You know, that's why we always bring out Second Maccabees, the 7th chapter. And it's not gonna be a light thing to go through these things. You're gonna have to have the spirit of the Lord on you, man. You know, that was it.
Yeah, I got it.
You got something? Yeah, I can pull it, bro. Bring out that before the
Get to what?
yeah, go to front. Go ahead, bring it out.
Come.
This is what is that? Everybody
Demon
got spirits on them.
Come. This is the fourth industrial revolution, meaning in the AI overview on Google. The fourth industrial revolution, often referred to as Industry 4.0 or 4IR, is ongoing technological era characterized by a fusion of physical, digital, and biological worlds.
Say that again, brother.
Time. The fourth industrial revolution is an ongoing technological era characterized by a fusion,
A fusion, a binding together of what?
physical, digital, and biological worlds.
So your biometric data, all right? And what's that word bio? It goes into what? Your like your gene, you know? Physical is what? You physically. And what? And what was the third one?
Digital.
Digital, man. Right? Merging man with the machine. You see? That's the plan of the elites. We're telling you this. And if you can't see it at this point in time, hey man, something wrong. You open up your phone, you know, and what you gotta read your face. Like I was talking about earlier, you go to work, you gotta use your fingers, your fingerprints to clock in, you know. And even they was talking about a couple weeks back putting the kill switches in the cars. You know, when you get in a car, they gotta read your face to determine that you're in the right condition to drive, man. You know, all of these things are gonna be under the new system. All right. That's why that brother said had two horns like a lamb, you know, was ultimately, you know, it represents the Democrats, the Republicans, right? The ancient plebeians and patricians, right? But what? Don't got nowhere else to look, right? Got a billion fucking sheep down here. But you going right on the grass behind us. Oh my God, bro. Let's keep going.
It builds directly upon the digital revolution to automate industries through the Internet of Things.
The IOBs, man. The Internet of Bodies. You see? Hey, man, they put everything on, you know, you back you up to a hard, they're going to back you up to the hard drive, man. Literally. Why do you think they're building all of these data centers, right? They've been over the last 15 years, they've been creating a mass surveillance system, you know, Go look up the flock cameras. Just go type in Google how many flock cameras are in the United States, man. The whole system. You see? Because they want to be the whole ordeal behind setting up the NWO, all right, the new system, this digital system, is so they can't be like the Most High, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
This the definition of Internet of Things, or IOB, an extension of the Internet of Things that connects the human body to a network through devices that are worn, ingested, or implanted.
Mhm.
Just to back you up, that shows you that MOTB system gonna be something implanted into your body.
Yeah. Yeah. It said something to be worn. They said like you put on clothes, right?
Con,
So when you take the C hip, hey man, you gonna put it on, it ain't gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna take it and then I'm gonna take it out. Nah, it ain't gonna work like that,
It's
partner.
gonna be a part of you.
Yeah,
con.
you already consented to it, right? So it ain't gonna be no way out for you to say, nah, I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna be all good. No, man. You know, if it's already been predetermined anyway. But if it's predetermined for you to take it, you're gonna take that shit.
Fine.
You know? And if it's not, you're not. Ain't nothing we can do about that. Right? That's why you gotta pray for longevity, pray for endurance, man. Hey man, pray to the Lord that He don't make you take the MOTB. You know? That was it.
Con.
I kind of had like a one step up.
You had the fifth, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, because that's what it goes into. You
This,
know, it talks about the fourth industrial revolution, but it's going into the fifth one, man. You know, but go ahead, bro.
this is the fifth industrial revolution, also known as Industry 5.0. It says marks a paradigm shift from
Give me the definition. One of y'all brothers, a paradigm shift.
Con.
All right, because that's what the planet Earth getting ready to see. A total paradigm shift, man.
Paradigm shift.
Behind the implementation, all right, of the NW0, and I'm gonna keep saying that because it's all centered around the MOTB and this digital infrastructure, right? You are going to become the system. You see? Go ahead, bro.
It says from purely technology driven efficiency to a model that harmonizes advanced human machine collaboration with a strict focus on sustainability, ethical tech use, and societal well-being. I'm gonna jump down just to get this little portion on the human centricity. It says rather than replacing humans, technology is designed to empower them. It emphasizes harmonious collaboration, where advanced machinery and AI handle repetitive or physically demanding tasks, allowing workers to focus on value added, creative, and personalized work. Yeah, so it's basically like what the brother's going into. We have the internet of things, and we're moving into the internet of bodies, right? Basically merging man with machine. Okay, our tech is still there, right? But through the MOTB, we're enhanced so-called human capabilities to make them do things better or work more or work longer without getting tired of whatever they see deemed fit. You got it.
Yeah. So like that.
Yeah, okay. This is a paradigm shift from the AI overview on Google. A paradigm shift is a fundamental transformation in how we perceive the world. Think about a concept or approach a problem. It occurs when the usual and accepted way of doing things is completely replaced by a new and different framework.
It says it starts with what?
It start uh it occurs when the
Yeah,
usual
that part. Yep.
it occurs when the usual and accepted way of doing things is completely replaced.
Yeah. Completely replaced. Right? So that's why you're seeing the money being done away with. You go in certain places now, it's not that they can't take the cash, they just won't accept it. When in the hell in the United States of America, right, that they refuse to take paper dollars, man? We are a cashless establishment. You can only pay with a card. You can pull your phone out, double click that button, and pay. But I can pull out cash money out my pocket and they will refuse to accept it, man. This is the type of shift, all right, the type of paradigm shift that's going to come. Well, things are completely a total reversal of things, man. You know, but read that last part.
Con. It occurs when the usual and accepted way of doing things is completely replaced by a new and different framework.
And a new and different framework is going to be what? Everything's going to be monetized, digital. You see? Whether we can track, trace, all right, and keep up with what you're doing, you know? But you want to say something?
Oh, I was gonna just say, you know, they even have the stuff nowadays where you can pay with your palm.
Yeah.
So what they're having these people get into is basically a gradualism. When they do drop the MOTB, it's okay. This is normal. They're trying to normalize something that's not supposed to be normal, you know, and the people are gonna fall for it because they're used to paying with the phone, paying with your hand, paying, you know, all kinds of different ways, man. Makes it comfortable.
Yeah, they been living that life. So it's not nothing to really transition. It's like I damn near been doing it anyway because they've
Right.
been massaging it in the whole time. It ain't that big of a difference.
Yeah, especially when you understand gradualism. Like the brother said, they just been massaging it in. They done added your cards to your phone. So you're just like, oh shit, I left my wallet. You done left your wallet at the house for a whole goddamn week. You know?
With your whole wallet on your phone.
With your whole wallet on your
You
phone.
don't even need it.
Yeah.
You don't need nothing physical. All you need is technology.
Yeah.
And that's how they massaging it in. You could literally have the LA wallet, your ID, everything about you, ID, what else?
Your bank information.
Everything, literally
Health records.
everything, all on your phone.
The health insurance I got, it's not even they don't even deal with paper.
Yeah.
Everything is an app, is on the phone, the card, everything.
Right.
You know? So they got all your shit is all on the cloud, man. Like people say.
Right.
You know? But you want to finish saying something?
So the technology that we have is basically almost in us already when you think about it. So when it really is in us, then it's not that big of a jump.
Right.
Feel me?
Yeah, because we're gonna have to deal with the digital money, man. All right. When the money goes digital, as it says in Zephaniah 1, that it's gonna be a crashing from the hills. And when they come up with this new system, it's not gonna be instantly just the MOTB. They have to figure out a way of how the digital money is gonna work when there's no more cash, right? But then the problem comes in when what? All right, now we have to start taking these things away, you know, prioritizing or utilizing the digital money, man. You see? But you had something?
Yeah. This Psalm 64:6. They search out iniquity.
Let me see where you're at. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I think it's like 4.
You want me to say that?
Yeah. Let me see where you at. She's at 64, right?
Con.
Start at 2.
Con. This Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Right. And it said a secret counsel. That's the part I want to get. Right? Because they do all these things secretly. They snares privily, right? They set up, like the brother said, they've been massaging it in and gradualizing it in. So when they come with these different changes, you'll be like, oh, we've been doing that anyway. Right? This is the secret counsel of the wicked, man. Right? This is their innermost thoughts. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Who whet their tongue like a sword, and even bend their bows to shoot their arrows.
Yep.
Even bitter words. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in evil matters.
This is the innermost thoughts, all right, of the uber elites, all right? These Rothschilds, these Rockefellers, these people that have set up these things from the beginning, right? 100 years ago, right, a century ago, natural medicines were still in the hospitals, man. You know, natural herbs were still being used. But who came up with Big Pharma, right? Who made healing the body out of a gain for money? You see? Who's done these things? The wicked, man. Wicked, right? And who are the wicked? The so-called white people, all right? Who are the Edomites, according to the scriptures, man. All right? The sons of the wicked, man. Pursuing the what? Malachi 1 and 4. There, Malachi. I said the borders of wickedness. But go ahead, bro.
Gun. Uh,
Might be Mike.
It's not a
they commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Yeah, who shall see us? You see? They do these things in silence. They have these secret meetings, these secret councils, right? Plan these things out. They go to Davos, Switzerland, man. Davos. Let's go to Davos and plan it out.
That was mean. They
It means David, right? This is one of the highest cities over there, man. You know, because they have this they got a big ass head mindset, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
verse 6. They search out iniquities.
Mm-hmm.
They accomplish a diligent search.
Right. So as we just as diligent as we are in the scriptures, right? Just how we search out the scriptures daily, how the apostles talk about the church at Thessalonica, you know, they were more noble than others. Why? Because they search the scriptures daily. The same way we do this, that's how they do with iniquity, with wickedness. You see, these, hey man, they try to study it so much so they can get it down to a T. You see? Why? Because they want to be the most high, man. You know, that's why they search out these iniquities. That's why they accomplish the diligent search. You know, they want to be able to tell how many health follicles you got on your goddamn head, man. You know, but go ahead, bro.
Son. Both the inward thoughts of every one of them and their heart is deep.
Right, that heart goes into what? Your life, man. Your mind. You know, it's deep. Their minds go. Give me that Ezekiel real quick. You have that? Or you got something? I have something. Give me that Ezekiel 28.
Oh, the 3?
Yeah.
Oh, that, yeah,
Yeah,
that.
that's it. Yeah.
Come, this is Ezekiel 28 and 3. It says, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
Wait, start up one.
One,
Let's say
son of
that thou art a man. Do it say that
verse.
that they think they could send themselves above God or something like that?
Yeah,
28. Yeah.
Verse 2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus,
Mhm.
thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God
That's it.
in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man.
Right. So in their minds, they say, oh, I am a God. Oh, I could be like the Most High. Like I said earlier, that's what this whole coming of this digital system is. It's showing the true God complex of Esau Edom, man. The rulers of the planet Earth now. Pursuing the Job 9 and 24, man. You know? It's another precept that back up that Malachi, you know, to show that the wicked are in power, the wicked are the ones ruling. You see? But the Lord said He's gonna show you that what? That you are the man, you know, and not God. Go ahead, bro.
It says, in the midst of the seas,
In the midst of the seas represents what? The people, man. You know? Go ahead.
yet thou art a man, and not God.
Uh-huh.
Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God.
So your mindset, right? The things you conspire to do, you know. Give me that Daniel 8. All right. If you can scratch the Malachi, give me that
Okay.
Daniel 8 and 25. You know, even though that's going into Antiochus Epiphanies, you know, that applies to you today. All right. You Edomites, man. Go ahead. Yeah, you will finish that. So like
Verse 3, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
right. And Daniel did what? He broke down the prophecies, the interpretations of all the kingdoms, man. Broke down the feet of what is it? The feet of iron and miry clay, right? The arms of silver, okay? The head of gold, you know? He broke it down and told you what was what. Oh, this is the Syrian Babylonian captivity, right? This is the Medo-Persian captivity. This is the Greco-Roman Empire. You see? He broke all of these things down, but he said, what? Thou art wiser than Daniel, man. You see? Go ahead.
That he broke it down without even knowing what it was.
Yeah.
Nobody, he had no evidence on what to go off of, but through the Spirit, the Lord let him show them everything that the king had dreamt about.
Mhm.
So that let you know how wise he was to come in. The man said, "Hey, tell me my dream. You ain't gonna tell me nothing about it? Nah, tell me what it is." He just like, "Okay, this is it." You know, got it up.
That was it. No. That was it.
I had
Dang,
a-
secrets on you?
Yeah, bro. I just reversed you over. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no
That's
secret
cool.
that they can hide from you.
Right. So you so wise that you think you can hide your secrets from the Most High, man. You know, with all your craftiness and secret counsels, you think you can hide these things from the Most High. That's how proud this devil is, man. You know, you think you can just go in and accomplish this NWO, all right, everything that you set out to do, and you think you're gonna do it and sell off into the sunset, man. You know, but that ain't so, man. Give me Job 5 and 12.
I was
Oh,
holding
you
it.
got that?
I was holding it earlier.
Okay.
I got another one.
To back that up, give me Job 5 and 12. What's that one you was holding?
I got one. I got Psalms 34 and 10.
Go ahead, bring the Job out real quick.
Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty
Mm-hmm.
so that their hands cannot perform their
To
enterprise.
back that up, give me Job 20. All right.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going there, bro.
It said he disappointed the devices of the crafty so their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Got it.
All right. And we understand what the enterprise is. The thing we've been going into since the beginning of the camp.
Yep.
The establishment of their new system. The NW0, man. The thing that they want to accomplish before Yahushua makes his return. And the Lord going to make you put it, he's going to force you to put it in place. All right. He's going to speed up the process of what you do it to where you're going to become sloppy. And we can see the devil's moving sloppy right now. You know, your magic not working, your psyops not working. Hey man, everybody is on your ass, man. You know, I'm gonna look at it. We'll be at Job 5 and 12. That's it. You can read 13 for me.
Read 13.
Mhm.
Hey,
I'll read it. Verse 13, it says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. You see? So he gonna take you in your own craftiness, man. How proud you think you can accomplish all these things, you know? And this it's gonna tell you in the Job 20. All right, just gonna dive just a little bit deeper, you know. Go ahead, bro.
This is Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency.
In the fullness of it, right? When this devil got his tongue hanging out, you know, and I always think about that because I see him as a dog, like as the character of a dog, you know. And you know how a dog got they just wagging their tail, got their tongue hanging out, not a care in the world, you know. So that's you being in the fullness of your sufficiency, right? You getting people getting to see him, you know. You got other people suffering that's not right. Hey man, you think you got it all going on, you know. Keep going.
He shall be in straits.
In the straits, right? So you think it's gonna be going good, and then what? Boom, you're gonna hit a what's the word? Like a fork in the road or something. You know, like when something going good, and then you know what I'm saying? What's that?
it's a certain.
It's a certain word, a saying, you know. But it's something similar to that. It's not coming to me right now, you know. But you gonna run into a goddamn wall, man. You know, when you get this word in the fullness of its sufficiency, he shall be in straits. That's STRAIT, man, right? Which means a position of difficulty, you know. That's why we read Job 5 and 12, that your hands not gonna perform this enterprise. This great plan that you think you got, hey man, you're not gonna succeed in achieving it, man. You know, now you're gonna get some things done, of course. People have to be tried with the MOTP, the hour of temptation, right? It has to be made mandatory. Why? Because you have to fulfill biblical prophecy, man. You see? But go ahead, bro. Oh, you was reading? Go ahead.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Right. When you go into this word, let's get these words out the way, right? Give me wicked, you know, should be going into Amal, all right, which means the laborers, you know, which ultimately represents in this time the working class, the middle class, right, which is the backbone of this economy, you know. This is what keeps things running. This is what keeps things afloat. Right? But a part of ultimately taking these things away is what? Taking away the middle class. This devil wants to have just rich and poor, you know. And your economy can't thrive off of that, which is why henceforth you're gonna bring this new system, this digital system, man. You see? So you can create, you ever saw the movie Brick Mansions with Paul Walker? What about Out of Time? See,
Out of time, I definitely seen that. I seen Brick Mansions too, but I don't know why I don't remember that.
it's like basically they was jumping off buildings and shit,
Yeah, yeah.
trying to escape because they was living in poverty over here.
Right.
But when you went across, it was like a big ass. You see how this levee and shit is?
Mhm.
It was like way taller than that, and that blocked you off from entering into like the rich parts of the society.
Mhm.
You know, but it was Jake living in,
I know.
you know, living in hell because they wasn't a part of that new system. You know, it was certain things that you had to get, just like in the movie Out of Time. You know, he had got when the dude gave him, you know, sold him all the time or whatever. He went and started living a La Vida Loca, man.
Right.
You know, but before that, hey, he was fucked up.
Right.
You know,
And he played the role of a Jake because all he did was finesse the whole movie.
yeah, yeah,
He finessed everybody out of more time and all kinds of stuff, man.
yeah. But got it.
Yeah. It's a bell. A ball.
Okay, that's how I mean.
Yeah. It says the outline of biblical usage, laborer, sufferer, wretched one, but this the point, this is what it is. A laborer, a workman.
And who are the workmen, right? You got the construction workers, the actual employees, man. You know, not the employer, but the employee. You see, why? That's what without the employees, you wouldn't have a goddamn Fortune 500 company. You know, without these low level guys, you know, you wouldn't have shit, man. You know, and when these people are in a difficult position, all right, or when these people are perplexed to the point to where it's nothing that they can do, they're gonna come against you. You see, and we can see that now with that that's back in that song that was 64. You know, make their own tongue fall upon themselves. That's why you got whistleblowers because people telling you that they're not with what the elites are trying to do. You know, your own people, man. What type of person receives a blessing, all right, and just heaps it all to himself and say fuck his family? You know, a devil, man. You know, but that was it, right? Con, let's finish that up.
Come. This is Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly,
Right, and if you're about to fill your belly, that means you've been eating, man. You know, go ahead.
God shall cast his fury or his wrath upon him,
Mhm.
and he shall rain it upon him while he's eating.
Right, in the fullness of your sufficiency, you're going to be in straits. And while you think you're accomplishing this thing, that's when your house shy gonna crack them clouds, all right, and start tearing your ass up. You know, this is just what it is. This is what prophecy says, man. How do you think the Lord is gonna rain it upon you while you eating? Through his son. You see, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdom of our Lord, man. All right, go ahead.
Let's put it down.
Mhm.
Verse 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and from the bow of steel shall strike him through.
Keep going.
It is drawn and cometh out of the body.
Mhm.
Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall.
Mhm.
Terrors are upon him.
Right, which goes into the nuclear missile, man. Coming out of the silo, all right? Coming out of you see that? You see the steam start coming up from the missiles, man? All right? These are the things that you're going to witness, all right? You're going to see. Press the button. The Lord gonna make you do that, man. You're gonna press that red button, you know? That's why I said when they talk about the glittering gall, the sword coming out as gall, all right, that's what they're talking about. The nuclear missiles coming out of the silos and being launched into the air, man. You see? And then it proceeds to say what? Terrors are upon him, man. You see? Because once these things are going forth, it ain't no avert mission. No, man. At that point in time, the spirit of the angels gonna be upon these things, man. You know? And as it says, it shall not in vain, man. It shall not be in vain. Roughly paraphrasing, you know. But keep going up.
Um, It's like it. Job 20 and 26. All darkness shall be hid in his secret place. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle.
Right, which goes into the nuclear fission, right? Because most bombs need what? Oxygen, man. You know, this bomb, it don't need nothing. It's just gonna totally evaporate, erase buildings, right? Erase land masses in America and in different parts of the globe, man. You see? But read that part again.
This is Job 23 and 26. A fire not blown shall consume him. He shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle.
You have read the darkness part?
Oh, time. You want me to start?
Yeah, read that and stop at the semicolon.
Time. This is Job 20 and 26. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places.
Right. Because ultimately it goes into your, your treasures, the things that you heaped into yourself. All right. The things that the different, the shit that you got in the Vatican, the different ancient archives you have that belongs to the Israelites. You see, all of your so-called treasures, man, the things you adore is gonna be destroyed, man. You see, keep going, bro.
Verse 27. Oh, Slack it. A fire not blown shall consume him.
Right, which represents what? What I just said about the bombs not needing any oxygen, But this is all because you want to fulfill your NWO, right? This is all because you're going to be in a difficult position, which is going to lead to what? Your own demise, man. Keep going, bro.
It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle.
God. Jump to 29.
Job 20 and 29. This is the portion of the wicked man from Yahweh by Shema Hawashi, and the heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh by Shema Hawashi.
Right. And this is the portion of a wicked man. You, the house of the wicked. This is your portion, man. But brothers have anything? Y'all can go, bro.
Okay. This is Psalms 33 and verse 10. It says, the Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. Right? So just going into what? These devils basically not being able to perfect the NWO. Yeah, they're gonna start it. Yeah, people are gonna take the MOTV, like the brother was saying. Yeah, they're gonna be people in poverty. Yeah, he's gonna get some of the saints, some of the prophets out of the way. But ultimately, the counsel and the devices the Lord is gonna bring to an abysmal state, man. He's gonna destroy it all, man. He's gonna leave them wandering and thinking on how he can try to get out of the trouble that he's in, and he's not gonna be able to.
Which is why they won't push forward with the NWO. Because they understand that this is the end. They know that that's the end for them.
I was gonna say that's why they had I think I said it before, but that's why they had built CERN.
Yeah, so they can try to look into the future.
They look into the future at all these different possibilities, and there's no good outlook. There's no possibility in which they're gonna win. Right. So like the brother saying, they hold off on doing the things they know that will bring them to who we call Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah.
And
they getting ready to meet their mate.
Right.
In the most literal way possible. Getting ready to see, hey man, you're getting ready to meet your maker, man. That's why they go forward and they be like, oh shit. This is gonna be the end. Well, it's gonna come a point in time where the Lord is gonna say, man, no, man, go do that, man. Go get it up through there. And it ain't gonna be no falling back, oh, let's take a minute. No, it ain't gonna be none of that. You just gonna fulfill it. You see? And we living in those times, man. All right. Well, go ahead, bro.
It kind of passed, but
Bring it out.
Second Thessalonians 2. I'll start at verse 3.
Hey, you say that kind of fast. It's crazy.
It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come falling away first.
Right, and we're talking about the end times, that day, right? The day when this devil be taken out of power, right? What happened? What had to happen first? We had to fall away from our heritage, man. Give me Jeremiah 17:4. All right. We had to fall away. All just so, as a brother gonna read, you know. But the Lord promised Jeremiah that what? That we would be discontinued from our heritage, man. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself,
Even thyself. No, you, Jeremiah. Yeah, you. Go ahead.
shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Shall discontinue from thine heritage, man. From knowing what tribe you are, right? Knowing who you are, knowing what people you are, your power, right? That's been the customs we have, right? The garments, the type of fabric we supposed to wear. You see? How we supposed to present ourselves, you know, supposed to have all of that, man. All of these things are a part of our heritage, man. You know, your diet, the things you're supposed to eat, you see, the way you're supposed to carry yourself, the laws, the statutes, commandments, the things that you're supposed to follow. All of these things were discontinued, man. You see? But it was all for what?
It says, except there come a falling away first,
Mm-hmm.
and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Right. And so that just so this devil could be revealed, so it can be revealed who is the wicked in the Bible. Who's the son of perdition? Esau Edom, man, the so-called white man. Right? Which is going to this word perdition, it means destruction. All right. The son of destruction is being revealed, man. You see? It tell you in Proverbs 29 that the earth is the people are mourning. You see? When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So it's telling you that who's being revealed, man? The wicked. All right. The son of perdition. The one who's just constantly been destroying the earth, man, ever since he got in power. You see? Keep going, bro.
Verse 4.
Oh, so like you want to make a point?
Oh, just to back you up on that, the word perdition,
Mm-hmm.
he destroyed and he's gonna be destroyed. Because that's how the Lord made him. So look how he done the whole world. He done utterly destroyed it, turned it on his head. So he has to be destroyed.
Yeah.
But you got it up.
Verse 4. Who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called God.
That go that big ass head mindset. You know? You oppose it, and then hey, you don't like the Most High, right? Neither do. Give me that one where it say oh man, is it Wisdom of Solomon 2? Read that, brother. It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me.
What it say?
I'm trying to think about it. We talk about it's not Isaiah 26. Matter of fact, you holding something?
I was gonna go back to that Job 20, but I can get the
Hold on, deck from Isaiah 26. That's not 26. Is it 26 and 9? Let favor be shown to the wicked, yeah, he will not learn righteous.
That's 20. I'm gonna get it.
Shut up, bitch. Go ahead, read it, bro. I got ahead of myself.
It says
29.
29 and 10.
29.
it says who oppose it and exalt it.
So like it's 26 and 10. My bad, bro. Yeah, it's 26 and 10. My bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Who oppose it and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, or that is worship, so that he is as God sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
That's what I wanted. Psalms 50 and 21. What has thou done to cut my statutes? You see? But the whole time you've been sitting up there like you just on high. You the prince of the earth. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You just think that you done went and stole the heritage of the chosen people and started proclaiming yourself to be one tribe, man. Hey, man, this devil done lost their goddamn mind. But that's what happened when you get so puffed up and filled up with pride, knowledge. Thou thought that thou was one as thyself. Oh, man, the Lord with us doing all this shit.
I got it.
We fucking over the people, you know, his people. Maybe we are the people. Shit, ain't nothing happened to us. It's been over 400 years. You know? Brother got that Psalms?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Baba Kashah. We're gonna get all the meat off that bone.
This 50 and 21.
Mhm,
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
mhm.
Thou thoughtest that I was out.
Salaki, these things, the atrocities you've committed against our people, the rape, the rob, the murder, all right, the redlining, okay, the Isaiah 10 and 1, it said, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, man. How you've plotted on our people, removing the father from the home so you can plot on the woman, pin the woman against the father. Hey, man, you totally fucked over our people, man. You see? But all of these things that you've done, and you've received no judgment for that shit, man. You know? You thought, keep going, brother.
And I kept silence. Thou
The Lord kept silence, man. All right? Give me Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Baba Kashar. We're going to get to our precepts, brother. This is coming to my head. Keep going, bro.
fine. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one of thyself, but I will reprove thee
Yep.
and set them in order before thine eyes.
So you thought that the Lord was with all this, right? Read that Ecclesiastes 8.
Khan, this is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Get it in the NLT, right? Because the sentence of an evil work, because you've had 100 years and ain't shit happened to you. You're like, all right, maybe we get away with some more shit. Then you got worse again, another 100 years, right? So and then it just got to the point to where let's say, oh, let's fulfill biblical prophecy and bring forth the NW0. Let's make the mark of the BEAST, man. You see? Let's create the RFID microchip. Let's create the nuclear missiles. You see? But you've done all of these things for your own destruction, man. The son of perdition. You see? Who oppose it and exalted himself above all that is called God, man. The Most High. You oppose the Most High, and you so filled up with pride, all right? You so proud that you just thinking, oh, I'm better than the Most High. You know?
Mhm.
You got an NLT?
Yeah, I got it.
Keep going.
You want the 11 again?
Yeah, just 11. Just
And
11.
it says, when a crime is not punished quickly, people feel it is safe to do wrong.
Yeah. So you all these years, you've been laden with iniquity. It tell you in Revelation 18 that your sins have reached up into the heavens, man. Why? Because it was what? Read it.
It says, when a crime is not punished quickly, people feel it is safe to do wrong.
Because you felt that it was safe to just keep doing your wrongs, man. Well, it's telling you that it's going to be a judgment, a recompense for that. That's why it said in Psalms 50 that, hey, man, I'm going to reprove you before thine eyes and set them in order. In which the Lord is setting his men in order now. He's setting the nation of Israel in order now, starting with who? The elect, man. Starting with the prophets being raised back up in these times. You see? But keep going out in that Thessalonians.
Come. Verse 5. Remember ye not that when
Get that
Verse
bottom
4?
half. Yeah, that bottom half.
it says, so that he as God sitting in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things?
Right. And who was ruling at the time that Paul wrote this letter, all right, to the church of Thessalonica? Rome, the Edomites. You see? That shows you who's the son of perdition. He was being revealed back then. All right. But it applies much more now to who? To the new Rome. All right. Rome 2.0, man.
Fine.
The revised Roman Empire. Okay. Keep going up.
Verse 6. And now ye know what would hold it, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now let it will let until he be taken out of the way.
It said a mystery of iniquity doth already work. So, like I just said, who was working back then? You Edomites, man. But the Lord is only going to allow you to get so far. Only he who now let it will let. Well, that's the Most High letting you do these things, man. You see? That's why we got it in Psalms 50. that thou thought altered that we was one as thyself. You thought, yeah, man, you thought Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua was with you, man. You see? You ready? So, yeah. That top on the top.
Verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Mhm.
Only he who now let it will let until he be taken out of the way.
Keep going.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right. And we are saying, and we revealing unto you who the wicked are today. Right? Now we could get that. If y'all brothers got precepts,
I got 1%.
bring your precept out. We're gonna give me Malachi 1 and 4. Bring your precept out.
Isaiah 29 and verse 15, it says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? So, just backing up the brothers about how the heart of Esau Edom is very deep. Okay. He's wiser than Daniel. He sought out his different counsels, right? But everything here he does is going to be basically a snare unto him, man. As the scriptures say, he's going to, it's going to be likened unto a jinn. Okay. He's not going to be able to get away from the judgment of Yahweh Shem Shai, man.
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Read verse 16.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
It says, surely your turning of things upside down
Get it in the NLT too.
shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Keep going.
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not?
Mhm.
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Right. So how you gonna tell the Lord, hey Lord, you wrong?
Yeah.
He said, what it said about the first one, he made me not.
Yeah.
That's why I say you like it's like, how can you do that? You're telling the creator, no, look, I am gonna fulfill the NWO. See? You want to say something?
Now I was gonna say the scripture saying, who turned the truth of God into a lie.
It's a lie.
Right, and basically worship the creature more than the creator. That's the type of stuff that Esau does. He ain't made me, the big thing made me. And it's nonsense, man.
It's crazy. Him and his pseudoscience, man.
We were made with a crooked spirit, so just he ain't living straight.
Got you, brother. Got you. You got that in there too? Yeah, real quick.
Isaiah 29 and 16 in the NLT. It says, how foolish can you be? He is the potter, and he is certainly greater than you, the clay. Should the created thing say of the one who made it, he didn't make me? Does a jar ever say the potter who made me is stupid?
Brother. But that's what Esau do. He's like, nah, look, I'm greater than this. I could create things better than you created them. How was y'all? I can do this better than you.
Right.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that the guy, I don't want to say his name, but y'all guys know what I'm talking about. I believe he's a small hatter. He said, he basically said, we're better than God. We don't need him. Look at the technology. Look, I'm not gonna say his name.
Talking about ha.
Yeah,
Yeah, you say his name now, you might get a flag, man.
Yeah, you might get a flag or something like that. But he comes in and just completely disrespects Yahweh Shem Shai.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need him. We can piss him off as much as we want. Yeah. We ought to do gods and all the rest of that kind of stuff,
Yeah. But these are the type of people that you have in your sitting in your seats to create what? To bring the digital thing, to bring the whole the system. Telling you that, we won't need a God in the new system. You see? That's how proud and wicked these devils are, man. Telling the creator that we create something better than you.
We are you.
We are
not what you is, we that.
That's crazy, brother. That's crazy.
I created you.
Bring the precept out. We gonna get back to that. That's on chapter. Yeah.
No, I knew I had one of back brother.
All right. You want to get yours? You want to get yours? You want to get back to that? That's
This is Isaiah 14, and I'm gonna start at
One.
Verse 13. But thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into the heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will set upon the mount of the congregation. Real quick.
Real quick. Who is the stars of God? Israelites, man. All right. So he said he's going to set himself above the nation that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has chosen. You see? Go ahead.
I was set also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Yeah.
And I brought that out just to back y'all up. The pride that's in this man Esau Edom, because he said he's gonna be like the Most High when he's nowhere near it.
Yeah. Hey, man, you're not nowhere near us, man.
Mhm.
When it comes to creativity, when it comes to designing things, inventing things, all the things that you've invented in society have been created by so-called black men, so-called Israel. I mean, not so-called, but the Israelites, man. You know, the light bulb, the wash machine, everything, man. They tell you that in Jeremiah that Jacob is the former of all things.
Mhm.
You know?
Tell you in Job, like you don't even know how to speak.
Yeah.
Y'all know how to speak, clean yourself.
Right. Shit, man. Eating juniper roots, man. Shit is crazy.
Still don't like the bell to this day.
Yeah. But you think you the most high, though. Get the fuck out of here, man. Excuse my French.
They need
Keep
all
going, bro. They got more than that.
time. Verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell.
Right. We in hell right now. Oh, buddy. But you just wait. Right. And when it says hell, it's not talking about a place where you just go and you just be on fire for eternity.
That's crazy.
Right? We talking about the condition that we in. Hey, man, we in hell, man. Right? We poor, the last high, the first one fire. We got nothing but bills on our ass, you know, our life hanging in doubt. You see? That's being in hell, man. We have no rest here, man. You see? Oh, buddy, but you just wait.
Tables turn.
Them tables gonna turn. You gonna wish that what's that movie? Changing Places was the white man's burden. Hey, man, you gonna wish that shit was a fairy tale, you know? But keep going on.
Verse brought down to hell to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall never look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth tremble?
Yeah, when we see you in the kingdom, our grandchildren see you in the kingdom. This was the man. That's it. Gonna be, hey man, you just gonna have a habitual hunch in your back, man. What's that character or whatever, the Hunchback
Notre Dame.
Hunchback of Notre Dame? Hey man, every time somebody, nobody ain't gonna never see you. Shit, I doubt that, but you know, every time we come out there to crack that whip on your ass, all you're gonna see is nothing but the hunch in your back, man. You know? Because all you're gonna do is be bending over and working all day. 24/6.
Half of them got it already.
Yeah,
Ready to work.
yeah. Is this the man though?
Uh,
The one that thought he was the most high. Is this him? Not this dude. That's him, man. That's what we gonna our grandchildren, our great grandchildren gonna be saying in the kingdom, man. You know? Keep going, bro.
verse that made the earth tremble, that did shake kingdoms.
That shook the kingdoms. That nations was scared of. Who gonna wage war against Babylon the Great? Right? This man shook kingdoms, the hammer of the earth. That's what scriptures talk about. He was the minister, all right, and he buried not the sword in vain. Right? He was blessed with the sword. You want to say something?
No.
But is this the man though? He shook kingdoms. You literally had other nations that was petrified. Over a period of time, nobody would do nothing against the US of A. Right? But now those times are coming to an end, man. You see? Go ahead, bro.
Come. verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof.
Yeah. You made the world a wilderness, man. Totally destroyed the earth. You know? Totally just ignored the land Sabbath. Totally. That's why I tell you in Isaiah 24 that the earth is out of course. You know? It's defiled under the inhabitants thereof, man. You made the world the wilderness. It said that, and you destroyed the cities thereof. Why? Because your track record and everything that follows you is what? Death and destruction, man.
Son of perdition.
The son of perdition. There you go. You know? But you got your precept, though.
It's Psalms 14:1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that do it good. And that's Esau Edom. All right, they say there is no God. We're God, the Edomites, right? But the track record is a track record of a wicked person, just wickedness. They corrupt. Got it.
I was gonna say real quick, they're the only group of people that say that they are God and that there is no God all at the same time. They have two total madness, two doctrines of madness to back it up. You talking about confusing the people completely? I mean, you know,
It's just full of shit, huh?
yeah, exactly.
You got a precept, huh?
No, I didn't. No.
Go ahead.
Time. Yeah, there's a verse 9 in 2 Thessalonians 2. It says, well, I'll start back at verse 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
And we come week in, week out, consuming this devil with the spirit of our mouth. You see? And this is twofold. It's talking about us now, the prophets, you know, blowing the trumpet, right? Informing you on these things that's happening. All right. But then ultimately, it's going to come down to Yahushua literally consuming you. Okay? Go ahead.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right. Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? So this Yahushua is going to destroy you, man, with the brightness of his coming. When he cracked them clouds, right? When the heavens be on fire, you know, standing on top of that massive fathership chariot, man, you know, this is how you going to be consumed. Go ahead, bro.
Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness and them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And
hold on, stop. Yeah. Let's get that word working in verse 9. All right. To show that now we've covered all the angles on showing you who this is, who this is describing, the son of perdition, the wicked being revealed. Who's coming is after the who? The working of Satan. Now let's see what this word working say. All right. Because you know, it's already been exposed on how this devil, you know, how he do all his left hand magic tricks, man. Right? How he goes into, you know, these certain rituals and these things that they do, you know, and they'll have a chair right in the middle, right? Reserved for who? The spiritual demon Satan, man. You know, the checkerboard floors, you know, these blood sacrifices, the child stuff that they do, you know. All of these things are after the working of Satan. Now, go ahead.
This is the word working in the Blue Letter Bible, Strong's G 1753, in a Geo, the outline of biblical use, working, efficiency. In the New Testament, only of superhuman power, whether of God or the devil.
Right. Used of only a superhuman power, whether of the most high of the devil. And it's telling you that he's coming after who? The goddamn devil, man. Right? The spiritual demon Satan. You see? That's why everything is so satanic in this society. Right? Because he's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man. You see? Now read that part where it said after that, where you at? Verse 9. Give me that. Why you in there? Give me lying wonders.
Yeah, verse 9 it says, even him who is coming is after the working of Satan
Mm-hmm.
with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Right. And was the brother about to get it? It should go into pseudos.
Wonders or
Lying. Get lying first. Then we're gonna get wonders. Go ahead.
This is lying in the Blue Letter Bible, Strong's G 5579.
Mm-hmm.
Pseudos, a lie, conscious and intentional falsehood.
A conscious and intentional falsehood, man. All right. So it's telling you that he's coming with the superhuman power of Satan. All right, with the ability to do what? To make a conscious and what it say? Intentional falsehood, right? And that's what goes into his pseudos. Like, give me the word wonders. So when you can lie with the spiritual demon, the power of the spiritual demon Satan, right? Let's get that word wonder.
All right, we're gonna get definition number 3 as
Kind,
well.
kind.
In a broad sense, whatever is not what it seems to be.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like with the sea hill, he's making it look like it's something that the whole world gonna need, and it's gonna be something that's great. The push humanity to a new front, but it's just gonna be a new form of slavery, of
Yep.
oppression.
Yep.
All right. You say wonders. This is Strong's G 5059. Terrors. A prodigy, potent
Mm-hmm.
miracle performed by anyone.
Yeah. So this devil is gonna be performing false miracles, man. Right? Like, what the fuck, brother? Out of like, there's a whole street. Yeah, they've been ramping up, man. As we talking about the superhuman power of him, you know. Motherfucker's crazy, man. It just throw me off, brother. You hear some shit coming out the bushes. What the fuck is that? Then you hear the crazy ass music they got on too, you know? But yeah, man. That's what it's talking about. So this devil has come with miracles, all right, false miracles on the left-hand side, you know, through the superhuman power of the spiritual demon Satan, man. You know, and that's why when you read verse 10, verse 11, that these people are going to believe these things, you know, because they're going to seem as if they're true. You know, it's like he's doing the miracles now with the sea hips in the brains. You know, Jake is paralyzed, and all of a sudden they can walk.
Mhm.
You impaired, can't see, can't talk, can't hear. You know, and now you could talk. You can do everything. You know, these are those pseudos miracles, man. You know, but go ahead, brother. No,
Verse 10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth.
right, because you're going to be deceived. All right, you're going to be deceived in all right, it's not that bad. Oh, we can take it. We can get down with it. Why? It's going to say it in the next verse.
It's for the better. It's for a greater cause.
Mhm. It's for a greater cause. It's crazy.
It says that they might be saved, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie,
Mhm.
that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
Right, that they all might be damned. Okay, you scoffed, you mocked, you ain't believe what we was telling you, man. You see, so the Most High is going to send a strong delusion. You're going to believe these things, you know, let alone when all hell breaking loose and it's total chaos out here. Hey, man, like I said earlier, you are going to run to these places, these Walmarts that's going to be turning to sea camps. All right, you're going to run to go and get the MOTB. You see? Why? Because you're going to have a strong delusion on you to believe these things, to believe these lies, to trust in Esau Edom. You see? You got something?
Yeah, I
Go
got
ahead,
a
bro.
quick one for you. This is Isaiah 36 and verse 6. It says, "Lo, thou trusted in the
I
staff
was just thinking that.
of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
You can break it down.
Yeah. So, like the brother said, man, the people are gonna give in to basically, Esau's pseudo science, technology, his witchcraft. Okay, they're gonna give in to taking. They're gonna be uncomfortable, and what's gonna make them comfortable? Them taking the MOTB, man. They're gonna give into his system, the beast system, man, and that's gonna be the downfall of it. You know.
Hey man, you people are not comfortable with being uncomfortable. All right. You're comfortable with things being convenient. You see, you're not ready to sit here and suffer. You're not ready to sit here and wait it out. Have patience, have faith. You're not ready to do that because your minds have been fixed to where everything is instant. I want something to eat. I can go drive to the fast food joint.
Mhm.
Instead of the process of I want to eat, take some shit out the freezer. It got to thaw out.
Mhm.
I got to cook it. No, that takes too long.
Right.
You see? Nah, I got it. I got what your boy say. It's my money and I want it now. You know? That's the mindset of you Americans, man. So let alone when your stomach touching your back, all right? Children screaming and crying, hungry, you know, you're gonna lose it. And you're gonna go what? Gotta do it. You know? Go ahead.
That's why in the article he said, y'all gonna hold out for a bit.
Yeah,
But he know after that, he gonna come get it anyway.
yeah.
Mhm.
Hey man, you gonna get down with it. Get down on it. Yeah, you're gonna get down with it, man. You know? You got something? Oh, you still got that Daniel, right?
Oh yeah.
Daniel 8:25. Go ahead, sure.
It said, this Isaiah 31:1.
Yes, brother.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because there are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Yeah. So woe to Egypt. Today America is modern day Egypt, right? So for the people who's gonna result in going to this place for help, all right? Because when that NW0 is implemented, people's lives are gonna change overnight. So they're gonna have to make a decision. All right. And when you make that decision to side with the new way of living, all right, Esau's way of living, then you pick your side. All right, it's gonna cost you your life, right? All because you had this, that instant gratification. Y'all don't have faith, right? It's gonna cost you your life when you go down to this place for help, thinking this gonna be the new way of life. All right, and really you just signed your death certificate because you signed your soul over to Esau. So when Esau Edom is destroyed, Babylon is destroyed, you're gonna be destroyed with it. You got it.
Yeah, and what's that word? It's all that you bore through, bore through the hill. You know, it's nothing but a digital all, man. You know, you bore yourself through that skin with this digital all. You're saying what? I am a servant. I'm a slave. Right? You know, you're saying I am Esau Edom is my master. You're literally becoming a transhumanoid, man.
Mhm.
You know, go ahead, bro.
And a lot of people don't know that they're basically halfway there.
Yeah,
Back in 2020.
Yeah.
All they need is another, and even that part when they come out with the 6G and all the new tech, that's gonna mess people completely up. You know.
And you made me think about that whole I forget the actual name of it with the whole zombie thing that they put into play through the policies with the government.
Mhm.
You know how they put all that into play if people if it's a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, there was
You know?
yeah.
Why they just threw that out there?
Right.
You know? Hey man, that's on you. You ain't got not one, not two, not three, not four. Some of you got about 5, 6 of them, man. You ain't got double boosted up.
All up in feet.
I know somebody who got a complete blood transfusion, like a complete
Get out of here,
His,
brother.
his blood in him probably ain't
Get
even
out.
his blood.
That's
the thing. He deep.
Yeah, it's only a
No.
couple of times.
Out of
Super gone.
You just wonder why everybody was just the new thing for a long time. It was died suddenly.
Right.
Everybody was just dying suddenly, man. You know, dropping like flies. And that's what this brother talking about. War into them that trust Egypt, man. That go to Egypt for help.
Don't get help from your enemy.
Crazy work.
I got one too.
And then Esau, he'll try to hide it with words people don't know. Oh, they just had myocarditis. I was like, man, that is cardiac
Can't
arrest.
say that.
Oh,
Can't say that.
oh, you can't say cardiac.
You can't say none of that. This is not
Like,
it's not no health information, man.
Kind of.
It's not no health information, nor are we any doctors or experts. But go ahead, bro. Myocarditis, man. It's just crazy though, you know. You gotta do the cold words and shit like that.
I got a quick yourself. You got
Go
Let's
ahead,
see.
brother.
It's a 2 16 and verse 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you." And
Oh, start up. Where you at?
16 and 68.
Say that consent have division. You read that?
Yeah, that's the next.
Oh, all right. So like, my bad.
No, you good, you good. For the burning wrath of the great multitude
67.
is kindled over you, and they shall take you away, certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idol. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, trodden underfoot. Yeah, man. So if you consent into like the brother was saying, and what it says in the scripture, it says they were idle, man. The people are idle, like the economies are tanked, this crash, right? You're at home, but you don't have access to anything, right? Can't go to the store, you can't go to go out, you can't do anything, and then they offer you what? Right? They offer you basically the MOTB, you know. And in the offering that MOTB, if you consent unto it, which means you basically willingly take it, right, you're going to be destroyed.
Probably got sauce. Got demons, huh? Goddamn like Canal Street, right? Minus the people. Damn.
They done got heavy.
Yeah, give me that damn 8, bro.
This is Daniel 8 and verse 25. And it says, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
Right. And which, like I said earlier, this is actually talking about Antiochus, but this applies to, the rulers of America today, through policy, through these different things you put through like I said, all these things are already lined up, right? The Operation Garden Plots, the Rex 84, the NDAA, all of these things have already been lined up through what? Through his policies, man. Give me that word craft. All right. It says, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. That go that big ass head mindset. There go again. Being proud, being filled and puffed up, man. Right? And by peace shall destroy many, and he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, which is who? Yahweh Shai. So you actually gonna fight against Yahweh Shai, man, because of your pride, because of your ego. You see? But the ultimate result of that is going to be what? You being broken without hands, man. Totally destroyed. Like you ought to be. Got it? You
Yeah.
got something there?
This is the word craft. It says H 4820 Mirma, and it says deceit and treachery.
That's
Mhm.
that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Have something. Right?
Yeah.
Hold up.
I had
Go ahead, bring it out. No, go ahead.
uh shit.
Yeah, 144, man.
All right, this is
Long time.
this is Obadiah 1, verse 3. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Habitation is high. That says in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? I brought that out.
Oh, come on, brother.
Well,
You left the car. You just left the car in the middle of the street, brother. Jake.
I mean, at least he stopped though, bro.
Jake threw me off my point.
Bring it to
What
the
say?
side, brother.
What?
He just left the car in the middle of the street. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
This is Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. Thou thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in the heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And I brought that out to back up how proud Esau Edom is.
Yeah.
Because he's still thinking, hey, this MOTB system is gonna get off. The Lord ain't gonna do nothing about it. And we're gonna rule forever. You got it out.
Ultimately, your own pride has deceived your own self, man.
Yeah.
You know? Give me Proverbs 16 and 18. You got something?
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Come on, this since y'all brothers was talking about the all and all that, this backing that up. This Galatians 6 and 17. From henceforth let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body the marks of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Right? And when you go into that word mark right here, is it's G4742 stigma, right? And it says this the outline of biblical usage. Like,
I told you. Say,
right middle.
know what that is? Because Esau has really started to push that MOTB and those spirits been they acting up, man. That time to test.
Yeah, bro. But it's this the outline of biblical usage. It says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to. Right? And that's the same thing with in today's time, right? If you get the MOTB, all right, if you get that brand, you know that the MOT pricked and branded into you, all right, then you declaring who your master is, all right, or who you serve. And if you serve Esau Edom, you know what the judgment is, all right? The Lord gonna destroy you, all right? But we better the marks of our Lord, Yahweh God.
Yeah, because it's a separation. It's two sides of the mark that you're gonna bear. The mark of Yahweh Shai, right? Which ultimately is gonna go into the mark of exemption.
Automatically.
Automatic.
Off the ripper.
Off the hey. I was about to say something. So go ahead, brother.
This is Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goes before destruction.
No. Ezekiel, brother. So I
Come on.
just have to back him up on what you said. The marks
8 and 9.
9 and 4.
This is Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof.
Right. So it said set a mark for Can you do it again, bro?
This is Ezekiel 9 and verse 4. The Lord said to him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and to set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right, all the abominations that are being done in the midst thereof, all the wickedness this devil is doing, the wickedness our people doing. Jake just out here just making fucking noise, man. You know, he out here sighing and crying, man, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right, but these men, the Lord has set a mark upon. Give me that word, that mark enough. All right, which is representative of the mark of exemption. Okay, the wah. All right, that same mark that, like the brother said, either gonna be marked, all right, with that digital or better marks of who? Of Yahweh Shai, right? To be kept back from judgment. You see? Got it? But to get it
I
for
get
him,
it.
read it, read no, some get you to read no. Just grab it for him, bro. I get it.
This is Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
All right, now give me that word, Mark.
Con. This the word mark H 8420 Tav. It says a mark as a sign of exemption from judgment.
Right. So the Lord he's like we went into earlier, Romans 11 and 4. These 7,000 men that's not gonna bow to the image of Baal, these same men have the mark of exemption from judgment. These same men are part of what? The elect, man.
Right.
You know, this is the remnant that the Lord is talking about. This all of these things coincide together. Okay. As it said, what's that? Revelation 7, or the winds, you know,
Back to Williams.
holding back the winds. This is because what? These men have to be sealed. You see? These men have to be given this mark. They may have it, you know, now, but what? You may still need to be built up more in the faith. You know? Some are just gonna get it and go. You see? But keep going.
Verse 5. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly, old and young.
Right? So if you don't have this mark, all right, this exemption from judgment, well, this is what's gonna happen. Okay? You 2/3 heathen here in America, just as the Lord did in Egypt the first time. You know? How you put the blood on the doorpost and he was exempt from judgment, you know? Well, the Lord is good. He's gonna let that angel run rapid against and again in this Egypt, man. You see? And if you don't have that blood, all right, on your doorpost this time, which is spiritual, you know, once the blood represents Yahweh Shai, the doorpost, it represents our minds, man. You see? If you don't have this in the spiritual sense, then what? This is what's gonna happen to you. Go ahead.
Slay utterly both old and young, both maid and little children, and women.
Right. So it says slay utterly. Old, young, maids. Look, it ain't gonna be no, no, that's a baby. Hey, that's a female. You know? It ain't gonna be none of that, man. The Lord don't have no respect for persons. You know? Go ahead.
And the Lord showed you that already with the flood.
Yeah.
Babies died in the flood, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so you know these words are true. He ain't just talking. Because it happened before. You got
Yeah. But on point. It happened before. But people have seen and forgot who Yahweh is, man. They've forgotten who Alashaja is. Terrible demon-like power, man. But real soon, you're about to get a reminder. If you're not a part of the elect. We say that as humbly as we can. All right? Go ahead, bro.
But come not near any man upon whom the mark is, and begin at my sanctuary.
Right. Well, judgment is going to begin where? For those that know who they are. Understand that they're Israelites. And still not doing the right things, man. You know? You're not going to have this mark of exemption. you're going to be brutally judged. That servant that knew the Lord's will, you're going to be beat with many stripes, man. You know? That's it.
Let me get that in another translation.
You get that MSG.
You
huh?
know,
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, man, like that MSG.
I like it. This is Ezekiel 9. We're gonna start at verse 4. Go through the streets of Jerusalem and put a mark on the forehead of everyone who is in anguish over the outrageous obscenities being done in the city.
Give me a second address. 15. Is it hold on, let me see. Second address 15. Wait, 8.
Keep going.
No, stars. Pull that real fast. I mean, get you to read it.
It's 2 Ezra 15:7. Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching the wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Right. The souls of the just complain continually,
Sound correct.
sighing and crying for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. So that was said in what? In Ezekiel. This was said in Esdras. Are we just making shit up? No. This is what the prophets are going to be doing in the latter times, man. You see? Go ahead, brother. Now you can read that again.
Time. This is Ezekiel 9 and 4 in the MSG. Go through the streets of Jerusalem and put a mark on the forehead of everyone who is in anguish
We are in anguish. Go ahead.
over the outrageous obscenities being done in the city.
The obscenities that's being done in the cities, man. You know it's coming back up next month. What's next month?
June.
No. What? Pride.
Pride.
Oh,
Yeah. You know it's coming with that.
Yes.
Down here they got something called a red dress run.
I'm glad.
You know? Hey, but I'm glad we're not down, down there no more, man. This is the obscene, what it say?
Outrageous obscenities.
Outrageous obscenities, man. All right. These are the things that we see, what we behold with our own eyes, man. This is why we complaining to get the hell up out of here. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 5. I listened as he went on to address the executioners, following him through the city and kill. Feel sorry for no one.
So he went and addressed the executioners, man. Oh, that's nasty. Shit. Follow me through the city. Like, go get the executioners, which you know is the dead angels.
Con.
All right, come on, come with me. Go ahead, Dave.
Feel sorry for no one. Show no compassion.
No mercy.
Kill old men and women, young men and women, mothers and children.
And that's why we do this, man, week in, week out. That's why we diligent in this truth, right? Why? Because we live in the fear of the Lord, right? We have that respect, that reverence for the Heavenly Father, man. And knowing that we can fall on this side of the coin, you see? But Lord will we endure, though, It's called having a healthy fear of the Lord, man. Go ahead.
All right. But don't lay a hand on anyone with the mark. Start at my temple. Now, I got to finish this. They started with the leaders in front of the temple. He told the executioner, desecrate the temple, fill it with corpses, then go out and continue to kill them. So they went out and struck the city. So the Lord told them, hey, man, so after you finish with them, go get everybody else that ain't got the mark on their forehead.
Yeah. Hey, man. This too must soon come to pass. Got something? What you got? Hey, bring it.
Mine is highlighted.
All right, that's cool. Give me that. We're getting it off Revelation 7. Dog with that. So 7 holding them 4 wins. First one. Atlanta.
Really, so they can really have a win just now.
Come on, this Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor any tree.
Right, and which these winds represent the nuclear destruction, man. All right. Go ahead.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
Right. This is the giving them the mark of exemption. Basically, you know, if you want to tie it in together, these same angels are what? They're the death angels, man. If they have the ability to hurt the earth, that's the executioners, man. You see? But what? They have to do what? What has to be done first? The servants, the prophets have to be sealed in their minds, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, and what this represents the 144,000 prophets, man. You know, when you jump down in this latter chapter, they'll tell you that it was another, you know, innumerable multitude, all right, that represented the rest of the elect, man, which we call, you know, the innumerable multitude.
I think verse 9.
You know, yep, verse 9, right? But, you know, that's pretty much the point, man. All right, so, you know, Lord willing, this camp was edifying. All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors unto double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopefully elect. Keep fighting, man. Keep enduring. We almost home, man. So, you know, shalom.
Shalom.
Ababa ball.
Ababa ball.
Ababa ball.
Ababa ball.
Ababa ball.
Ababa ball.
Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
Shalom.
Shalom.